Hello everybody from Beeswarm Gaming, and we are literally almost at the top of the Beeswarm world. I was aiming for the top, but I missed it, and I thought I'm gonna go near the top. Alright, so this is beautiful. This has been a beautiful game. We're not even 2 days in, and we are still above 50,000 people playing. Now, this game is obviously one of the most popular games in Roblox. And other games are doing really good if they're around the teens, you know. Um, and this game seems to be kind of like at a meh if it hits about a 15,000, because it always seems to be 20, 30 something thousand, right? Well, right now it's running at about probably 55 to 60,000, and that's most likely because a lot of people we started playing, and we're talking like it was at like 80 something thousand people, right? They probably got through all of the quests, so now there's really no more they could do except for the regular stuff like fighting the snow bears and getting the gingerbreads and all the stuff that's on like a timer. Still fighting the snail and all that regular stuff, right? But the Beesmass quest itself, they probably got all that done stuff. It's done. So now they're kind of like, oh, all right. So you got some of those people that are kind of like backing off, and then you got the regulars saying, well, I still want to keep up because I want to save up for whatever skin, and the gingerbreads aren't as plentiful. You can't buy them, you can't craft them, and as you can see, my Snoop Bear is kind of like floating around, so maybe he wants to air down. One of the things, speaking of which, that I've noticed is that I don't know if it's my computer or it's the server. Well, it was probably the server at first. The server did crash a couple times. You might have noticed this. And earlier today, it lagged really bad, that I swear my eyes felt like I were going to be wanting to pop them out because I was seeing multiple things going on at once on the screen. I thought it was my server, so I went to a public server, and it was a public server, so I just shut it down. So anyway, things have been great. Now we're at about, like I said, 50, 60,000 people playing. Um, and even for myself, there's things that I'm kind of having to restructure, and I understand more. And let's kind of go through that really quick because you might have the same questions. The first is a revolution a had when it came to this. Sadly, I am no longer on the leaderboard, but that's all right. That's all right because it's not about being the best. It's about being your best, right? Hey, it's one of those Zen-like sayings, right? Hey, don't be the best, be your best. So, it was good to be on the board for a while, but I'm not. But I have found a way, I believe, that if you can't beat the snow bear by yourself, have a team. But maybe even with a team you can't do it, so then you have to find the right team. And let me give you a story on that. So I've lost to the snow bear a couple of times, which sucks because then you have to wait 90 minutes to do it again. So most of my bees are split between 14 and 15s. The 15s are more of the attacks, or they're good farmers, right? The 14s are kind of more on the lower tier. They will eventually get to 15s, but they're not of the most important priority, right? Um, so during the earlier levels of Snow Bear, it was no problem. 1 through 10, it was no problem. I still had people come in to help me, but by the time they came in, the Snow Bear was just about dead. Now, I died in like an earlier level. I didn't quite understand the mechanics of the bear, of the AI, how he fought. I got frozen, I got killed, I tried to come back, and personally, I probably could have beat him if the bear had stayed alive, but the bear had melted, and I didn't know what to do, and I got frozen. That was just totally my bad. After that, I never that never happened again. The other times that I've died is I died when the levels got higher up. Always take advantage of these snowflakes. It's like when money is like right at your feet, you don't just step on it or walk to the side. You say, "I'm gonna pick it up." Um, so what also happened is that I was thinking like, man, things are just progressively harder. I mean, I was at 12, 13, and 14, and yeah, the bear was still difficult, and I had team members, but it was almost kind of like the team was like there, but we had like set rules, right? Like, don't jump in there if all you're gonna do is just want to like steal snowflakes. Like, that's not cool, man, right? This isn't like your snow bear. You're there as support, and so people kind of like understood that. And at 12, 13, 14, they were helpful, but they weren't really required to be that bear. Then I got to 15 and it became required almost because I didn't lose, but I got really close because I got froze really fast. Unfortunately, the other person was there, uh, got the bear uh, enough. I got unfrozen. I never got frozen again, and the bear died. If the other person wasn't there and I was frozen, who would have known what would have happened? Maybe the bear would have stayed focused on me and I just would have died, right? Who who would have known? Then after that, it was time for level 16. Tried it once, couldn't do it. Then I tried it again with some team members, but I had two individuals. They both had at least 35 Bs, but all of them were like 8 and 9s. Just failed miserably at it. Finally passed it, but it was with two friends who each had 46 Bs and like all their Bs, um, I would 13, 14, 15. So, I mean, just great Bs, great hives, right? And we buffed our hives up. We went in ready just like a army, and bam, just like D-Day, man, took it down, took it down. But it got me thinking. I was like, wow, that's just one level, and then it hit me. I'm like, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a level thing, right? From what I read, whatever your B is and the monster, okay? So if you're a level 15 and you're fighting a monster that's 15, your B is going to hit 100% of the time. If the monster is one level above you, your B is going to hit approximately 50% of the time. If the monster is 2 levels above you, your B is going to hit about 33% of the time. So think about that. I have a level 16 snow bear. My highest B is a 15, and half of my hive is 15, which means only half of my hive is going to hit 15% of the time. The rest of my hive is only going to hit 33% of the time, right? That really makes for an inefficient fighting hive. You know, it kind of goes back to some of my earlier videos where I said it's better to have less bees with higher levels when you're fighting. And this was in reference to Krabby, and people were asking me questions like, how do I be a Krabby with more bees or higher level bees? And I gave that same thing. I said it's better to have a higher level bees, higher energy bees. Well, with this one, you don't have to worry about higher energy because he's going to melt. The bear is going to melt. Now this has to do with like levels or now teams. But then when you want teams with higher levels now too, because of the time limit, right? And if their hive is the same, where only their bees are going to hit, 50% of the time or 33% of the time, there may be a lot of attacking going on, but there may be like a lot of missing going on. So it makes you think like, okay, I mean, what if you literally have 200 bees on this one bear, but out of those 200, only 40 hits is happening at a time? That's crazy. It's insane. So then it might be better just to farm hard and get some of your bees to the same level as the level of the monster that you're going to fight. So my next bee that I could level up would be up to like a 16. My next snow bear is in 24 minutes and it's a 17. If I fight by myself, I'm either gonna die, so my only chance would be to try to avoid it, get prepared as possible, survive to survive the whole thing, and just to kind of see where I last. If I can do that, then I could possibly make some adjustments. If I die, then I have like no idea. So anyway, that's kind of like what I've learned when it comes to fighting the monster. Is it's based on the AI's knowledge of basically running around, keeping away from the bees. But when your bees do come near it, it's like saying, "Hey, what level like are your bees? Because they better be the same level as me, or higher. Because if not, you're gonna be screwed." And I'm kind of liking that being a messed up zone. So anyway, with the bee quips, put them on the right bees. If you have any questions, obviously you can go online. I'm gonna show you really quick what I've done. Trust me, the longer that you play, the more you get, the better that you get. These, I've been putting them on those that are attack, such as the Ninja Bee, and on Vicious Bee, the Peppermint ones, those that give a extra ability. I've been putting it and things that have a gather amount, it moves fast, unlike Tabby. On Windy, you gotta have one on him. His important big thing was the crit chance and the ability pollen, but also the fact that there's a better chance of him to get that token out. That's what I wanted. I wanted him to have a chance to get that token out. Now, a lot of the other tokens, or the bee quips, have, let's try to get this out, have things such as, this one has melody. Let's see if we can find another one. This one have, I'm just finding all the wrong ones. Let's see this. Okay, well, like this one has haste, so that means that the other drum one has haste. I think the white one has haste too. No, that has token link. Well, anyway, just take it from me that that oh, I know which one. It's this one right here. This one I'm really cool with is the photon bee. I mean, this one's a gatherer like anyway. Now it gathers more. It it increases its ability pollen, and it has token link. Just these are just um, great things to have on your bees. So anyway, that's kind of like what I've been up to. That's kind of like a quick update. I think the next thing that I need is I think all of us need to rest our eyes and our brains and kind of say, alright, Bee Swarm, let's get ready for update 2. Let's save our gingerbread. Don't make any rash decisions. We all know how hard it was to get the original gingerbreads and to collect all this snow and stuff. And I know that this skin looks very, very, very enticing. But let's wait till the second update comes and let's see what it contains, right? Why not wait until you complete the first quest line for Bee Bear and you get the tickets, right? Let's see what the second one is, right? Maybe the second one is the skin. So my thinking is, why would you buy it, the skin, and even though you get 2 star treats, but you just used up 250 gingerbread, and the second quest line says it's for the gingerbread skin, and it's like, oh, I could have got some of this other stuff. So anyway, that's just kind of like my thought. All right, you guys have any comments or questions? Please let me know. As always, it's Bee Swarm Master 1 if you want to friend me to come on in. My server's been full the whole time, but I love it because we always help each other, we're always kind to each other, we're always respectful to each other. You guys take care and know that it's almost like this has been in design since the 35 zone, because I feel like Beesmass is tied to Windy Bee. It's almost like an extension of Windy Bee, because Windy Bee has went from a event bee to a good bee to a great bee to his bee quip makes him an awesome bee to other bees can have the token, or not even the token, no, the token and the um, extra power of haste to give to the tornado token to Windy Bee. So like in a long jumbled way, it's almost like all these bee quips are basically saying, look, if you got the Windy Bee, you can make your hive such a gathering hive based around Windy Bee. I mean, it's just amazing. It's like the picture is becoming clear. At least to me, like in that aspect where it's almost like you can see that the extra um, skill sets seem to be around focus. Puppy Bee kind of went from like this meh novelty to where if you buy the antlers, if you get the bee, if you get the package where he looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed bee, he's pretty OP. Yeah, I'm still exploring what he can fully do, but he's pretty good. I can keep going on and on. Oh, the last thing, I wasn't even trying. I had just put my bee quips on. I didn't really organize them, but I just put them on. I went into the bee zone area with the ants and beat the 300, past 300. This was such a brilliant, brilliant idea. We've been equipping the beekeeper so much, making him look so cool. When there's 46 other bees in my hive, why not make some of them look cool? Cooler than they already are. Yeah, they go from like what they originally did to making them have stars, but let them have like some other stuff. Yeah. So anyway, you guys take care. I'll see you in the next video.